welcome to this session on mobilization, bid validity, and bid validity period. By the end of this session, you should be able to understand mobilization in the context of procurement contracts, as well as understand the overview of bid validity and bid validity period. Then appreciate the purpose of knowing a contract bid validity period and how bid validity period is calculated. Then finally, what to do when bid validity period is about expiring. So mobilization is used to refer to the period of time between the signing of the contract as well as the contract commencement date. It's usually a period of 4 months. That is the period or the date of issuing a letter of intent during which the contractor is required to mobilize their resources and commence the execution of works at the site. So it should be noted that procurement is usually done to acquire either goods, works, or services. And in terms of works, that is when we usually use the word mobilization, because works is characterized by construction projects among others. So after signing the contracts, suppliers are expected to prepare and gather some supplies that's required to executing the construction works. And the period of time that exists from signing the contract to the actual mobilization or gathering of resources to begin the contract is what we call the mobilization period. Then we move to bid validity. Bid validity is the period of time in which, or the bid validity period is the period within which a bidder's offer is considered legally binding. So after the bid validity period, the bidder can change their bid if the contract has not been signed by the buyer, because in the end, the period in which the contract is considered binding has expired. And the purpose of this period is to commit the bidders from abstaining in modification or withdrawing of their bid for that specified period. So the purpose of the bid validity period is for bidders to commit to not modify or to commit to not withdrawing their bids for a specified period of time. So in order to calculate bid validity period, you need to have a clear understanding of how long the bidding process is going to take. That is how long it will take from bid submission or bid opening date till contract signing. So after determining the duration for bid submission, the duration for bid opening, and the duration for contract signing, then you can accurately estimate or determine the bid validity period. So generally, for small procurement, the bid validity period may be 30 to 60 days. So it means that within these days after submission, suppliers cannot withdraw their bids or make modifications to their bids. Then for more complex procurement, the bid validity period can be 90 days or more, depending on how long it is estimated to take from the bid opening date until the contract signing date. So if the bid validity period is about to expire, what happens? If it is anticipated that a contract will not be signed before the bid validity period expires, bidders would be formally requested to consider extending their bid validity. And the procurement entity has to try as much as possible to make this information available within reasonable time to suppliers so that they can adjust and make the necessary preparations accordingly. So when a bidder receives a formal request from the procuring entity to extend their bid validity, they may, if expressly stipulated in the bidding document, they may extend their bid validity for the period that is requested by the buyer with no change in their price. So even though the bid validity period can be extended, you don't have to modify your tender document by changing the price that was initially submitted. The bidders may also extend the bid validity period as well as the bid security for the period requested with a change in their bid price. That is, if it is warranted, or if it is ascertained that the extension is going to cost the suppliers a significant amount, or suppliers realize that they might lose out on the competitiveness in terms of other suppliers, they may change their bid price, or they may also reject the request for bid validity extension and just withdraw their bids, because maybe they might think that the bidder or the buying organization is not serious, and they have unnecessarily wasted their time, so they do not wish to continue with the bidding process. So in this instance, they would ignore the extension request and withdraw their bids accordingly. So you have learnt about the mobilization in the context of procurement contracts, overview of bid validity and bid validity period, and then the purpose of knowing a contract bid validity period, how bid validity is calculated, and what to do when bid validity period is about to expire. Thank you.